Pastor Daniel, the live action role play up in Wisconsin, has just released another video where he's tried to falsely attach my name to this character who goes by the name of Orphan Annie. Now, you're going to see later on in this video that the supposed pastor is once again being caught out in a lie. I'm going to bring this up onto a full screen. Who is this guy? All right, look at those eyes. I know exactly who he is. And there's some people watching that know that I know exactly who he is, and they know that you guys have got no idea. Is this a pastor? Does that look normal to you? Look at those eyes. Why is he sitting there in the dark? Now, if you followed my community posts, you know exactly why he's sitting there in the dark. Because he's a bug-eyed neffy pretending to be a pastor in Wisconsin. Now, how do you get ordained as a pastor in Wisconsin? Ordinations for Wisconsin are completely free and can normally be completed in less than a day. Thousands of people have registered and become licensed ministers in Wisconsin. Once you've completed the ordination process, you're able to perform marriages through open ministry in and for the state of Wisconsin. So this guy here, after completing an online course that takes about a day, a few hours, can now call himself a pastor. Does he know his Bible? No, he doesn't. If you don't believe me, have a look through his live streams. He's reading from notes. Now, he's put this video out here where he's attacking Orphan Annie. But once again, he's attached my name to it, claiming that I'm controlled by Orphan Annie. Now, have a think about how ridiculous that is. I'm going to put up receipts for that here shortly. You'll see that I've had Orphan Annie blocked for a long time. Now, once again, he's failed to provide any context behind anything that he says in terms of these photos that he puts up and points to. You can come across to my channel and my playlist on this fake pastor, and you can see that I provide the context to what he's saying. I don't just show one photo and point to it and spin whatever narrative I feel will work for me at the time. All right, now, I'm just going to fast forward here. So I'm going to show you just what this guy's really about. Now, he's going to talk about a character called Driftwood in this section of the video. Now, if you've been following his community posts, you'll see that he's been wigging out all week, calling me Driftwood. Now, you're also about to see here in a moment myself and Driftwood prove that we're two separate people. Now, have a listen to this.
People, and right here, who is this person? An Aaron, the pizza guy, talking about me, but focus right here. Driftwood, Haywood.
Right, now, remember what he stated there. Driftwood, Haywood. Because you're about to see what this guy's really about. Now, he was able to get away with it when he was speaking to the many bots and fellow nephews on his channel. Now, as soon as he took it to a wider audience, a human audience, well, he didn't take it there himself. Drew took it to his audience. He was made a complete fool of. Right, because a thinking human that can assess the situation, that can go through what he's claimed, that can then go through my playlists, can see that I've caught this guy out in, without exaggeration, at least 50 separate lies where he points to the screen and shows a photo and then spins his narrative, and then I've made a video showing the context behind what he's saying with receipts to prove that he's a liar. And I've done it so many times now that I don't need to do it anymore after this video. Right, I've got a lot of things to do up here on YouTube, and I've just mopped the floor with a bunch of trolls. I got no one left. Now, you'll notice that when Drew went in on him on his live show, all the outside interference, people in the chat trying to distract Drew, people jumping up on his live stream that didn't belong on the live stream in order to derail what Drew had planned. Right, now, they've been trying to get me and Drew to go against each other. Right, I've already stated I don't have any problem with Drew. I think he handled himself quite well in the CBO Monday Night Nitro, and he was well within his rights to say what he said about me. I've got no issue with that. But I'm not someone who is going to speak about someone here on YouTube and then cry about it like the fake pastor here, who can be seen in various videos almost in tears telling Drew to take the video down. All right, so now that's cleared up. Let's move on.
Orphan Annie. Just that quick, Anne. But let me show you what I'm talking about right here. Driftwood.
Notice how he doesn't show the whole message once again. He just shows that name to fit the narrative that he's trying to present.
A traveling contractor, and before you say you don't know what I'm talking about, Ann, let me show you a little bit here on who this is. Again, this guy here.
Now this link here, once again, he doesn't provide the context behind what you're looking at on screen. So that link that Driftwood has left shows clearly that I'm not Driftwood. But Dan leaves that out. You can come across to this video here. Just find it. The Wisconsin Wigger train wreck continues on. Right, it exposes everything he's got to say here. If you go through the whole video, it's all the same. Right, he's been sussed out. He's not able to fool many, if any, human beings with this anymore. He can only fool the bots that watch his videos, that don't do any research of their own. Right, now he keeps on holding up. I'll see if I can find the photo. A photo of 4 pizzas that I had sitting on my kitchen table. Have you noticed that he's never played the video? He's just put up a photo and then ran with his own false narrative on that video. Never once shown his audience what was in that video, because if he did show his audience, you would see that it's me sitting at my lounge room table eating some pizzas. Now, I first had a falling out with this guy when I realised he was telling lies about BS19, telling everyone that if they took the juice, they were going to die. Telling his viewers that Australia was going into lockdown and was never coming out of lockdown. Now, I called him out on that. He didn't like it one bit. Right, and it escalated from there. Now, so we've determined just how easy it is to get ordained in Wisconsin. Takes you a couple of hours. Right, a simple online course. Now, why would a nephew, a crazy-eyed nephew like this, go and get ordained? Well, because he can get up on YouTube and he's instantly gained the trust of the dupes just by having that title attached to his name. All right, now, I called him out on a video he put up on this mother-son TikTok challenge. Right, because he's out of line. Now, admittedly, some of it is quite strange. Right, but let's just click on one of the videos here. Does the fake pastor have any right to call this mother a pedophile for participating in a TikTok challenge? I'm just going to press play on this. Right, now that's an innocent mother and child playing together and having fun. Right, you've got this creepy-eyed fake pastor that's come along and called her a sex offender. Now I'm going to ask you, the viewer at home, is that okay? Does that sit well with you? That a bloke like this sits in the dark, it's clearly not human, can get up online, watch a video like this and make the determination that this lady is a sex offender. Just play some more of the video. Now ask yourself, if this same challenge was going on in Wisconsin, where Dan lives, would he say anything about it? I would say the answer to that is no. And I base that on the fact that on his channel here, where he's got hundreds of videos, he's never confronted anyone in his local community that's actually involved and been convicted of the crimes that he accuses this innocent mother and child of participating in. Not once. Right, he's over here virtue signalling with religion, claiming that he's an ordained pastor, and he's virtue signalling to the dupes with videos like this. Now, am I in the wrong for calling out a creepy looking guy like this for accusing an innocent mother of a heinous crime? No, I'm not. And if you think otherwise, you may want to take a good hard look in the mirror. Now, because I've pulled him up on accusing this innocent mother of a crime she has not committed, he's decided that I'm attacking him because he claims that he's outing sex offenders. What sex offenders has he outed on his channel? He posts up mainstream media news articles. Now, what does it do? It's a serious question. Him posting up a mainstream media news article that's already out there, that's already been seen, what does it do? Now, not only that, but has this guy shown you any examples that he's prepared to come to the rescue of any of these children that he claims are being trafficked through these TikTok videos? Or has he got any receipts where he's donated to any victim support groups over in India? Has he made any attempt himself to go over there and help these victims? Or has he just got up online and realised it's a good way to tug on the heartstrings of the dupes on his channel that don't ask questions like this? These are serious questions that you need to ask yourself. Now, you're about to see in this next part of this video, after you watch his recent hit piece, just how dishonest this pastor is. And I'm done with this guy now, because after watching this video, if you still can't see just who and what he is, there's nothing I can do for you. Someone else is going to have to pick up the slack and sound the alarm, because I've got a lot on in the next couple of weeks, and I've just bodied a whole hive of trolls, and this is the last guy they've got to send at me. Now, I've already won. His entire congregation has been reduced to a laughingstock, just like he has. So he can virtue signal all he wants, claiming that he's out there trying to protect these innocent children when he's doing absolutely nothing, not a thing. Posting a video up in your community tab to virtue signal to your viewers makes no difference. He's posting mainstream media news articles. Have a look at that face of that woman. That's an innocent woman there. It's playing with a child. Right, this creepy fake pastor has absolutely no right at all to accuse her of what he's accused her of. And then he tries to mix it in with Hollywood types. Now, I'll leave my playlist on this guy in the About section of this video. You go through and study it. I dismantle lie after lie after lie. And that's why he's mad. Ask him to show you the video of me sitting in my lounge room eating pizza. All right, he will not show the video, because if he shows the video, you'll see just how full of shit he really is. So Dan's handlers have pulled him out of the cupboard again for his latest hit piece. Now, I'm going to debunk what he's got to say here in under 20 seconds.
The devil bot, pizza party puppet, handler Annie. Let me show you Annie.
Right, so Pastor Daniel here claims that Annie, orphan Annie, is my handler. So we'll just come across here, because I've had Anne blocked for quite a long time now. And we'll just, so you can see here, this is the block list, and this is the order that they've been blocked in, with the characters at the top being the most recent. And as you can see, you've got Orphan Annie there, and it's the same story across all of my channels. So, once again, their efforts to discredit me have fallen face first into the mud. Better luck next time, Dan. So the Wisconsin wigger over here laughing as a pastor. He's up to his old tricks again in the comment sections. So if you have a look at this, where he states, "Okay, Aaron," I thought, what's he talking about here? All right, and if you come up to here, you'll notice that this Driftwood character has left a couple of comments. Now, I noticed that Driftwood left a comment on one of his community posts saying that I had bodied Pastor Daniel and that he should apologise. Now, the post of Pastor Daniel's only had a couple of likes, and the comment that he'd left, it was up at about 8 likes, and I thought, well, Dan's not going to leave that up. I checked back an hour later, and sure enough, it had been deleted. So now he's over here. Now look at the message that he's left. So he's claimed that Layla's droned in this video. Yet, here he is saying to her, "You have depth, they have zero." And then falsely accusing me of being Driftwood. Now I'm going to show you just how much of a simpleton this LARP, the Wisconsin wigger, really is. All right, now that there is Driftwood. All right, so this character that Dan is accusing me of being, this Driftwood here, Driftwood 9807, well, here he is here. So let's just click on the video.
And I'm smoking a cigarette like create
You're not too bright, are you, Dan? I just finished listening to the live action roleplay calling himself a Pastor Daniel, okay, the Wisconsin Wigger. Now, he's almost brought to tears here in this latest upload. I'll just press play briefly.
And why any of you are talking to me at all? And why any of you are mocking me?
All right, he's losing the plot, claiming that he's being mocked now, that the false narrative that he's tried so hard to build for almost a year straight now has not only fallen on deaf ears, but it's now reached a larger audience. And they've also come to the conclusion that, you know what, this pastor is full of shit. Now, it's got me beat how this guy here was ever able to pass himself off as any sort of authority figure or any sort of man of God. I'm going to zoom in on these eyes here. You need to have a look at this. You need to ask yourself, how did this guy here get classed as anything other than the whack job that he clearly is? I'm not just pulling out words and saying this guy's nuts, like this guy's actually fucking nuts. I tried to sound the alarm on him a long time ago. Now, I first had a falling out with this creepy creature up in his live chat when Australia went into lockdown. Now, he tried to say that Australia would be kept into lockdown and they would never come out of lockdown. And I just pulled him up on it and said, look, mate, you're talking shit. You're an absolute goose. And I actually gave him the exact date that Australia was going to come out of lockdown. Now, of course, he didn't appreciate that. And that's why you get videos like this, where he just keeps going and going and going. Have a listen to his voice.
The one you labor for, Drew. You see him, Drew?
Completely fucking nuts. And then he tries to bring up celebrities and tries to mix and match them with the general population. I've decimated this character's entire congregation. He's got no human interaction left. It's all bots and nephews. Bots and nephews like the owner of the channel. Alright, he claims that he's sent by God. He's full of shit. Straight up, full of shit. Alright, challenge the spirit behind him. It's weak. It's gutless. It's got nothing behind it. Nothing behind it but a crazy looking set of eyes. Like you see here. I'll say it again. How did this guy ever pass himself off as a pastor? Alright, it's a damn shame that I was the one that had to come in once again and rescue the dupes from characters like this. Alright, he's finished up here on YouTube. He can never pretend to be a pastor again. Myself, on the other hand, I'm good. Because I came on here by myself. I proceeded on here by myself. And I'll leave here by myself. I don't need any interaction from any commenters. I don't need to click up with anyone. I don't need to join any groups. I don't need to sell anyone a product. This character here does. That's all he's done. He should never have challenged me. Because the end result is a character that sounds like he's about to cry in his latest upload. And you'll notice too that he's hell-bent on trying to find out who it is that I know who knows Drew. Well, how does he know that it's anyone at all? How does he know that I'm not just fucking with him? Right, because I've identified the robotic nature behind the way he operates, and I've figured out just how easy it is to confuse him and send him all over the place. and put him into a video like this where he sounds like he's almost in tears, defeated, confused, with no answers. And the only character that stayed loyal to him was an absolute joke out of Britain that played him for the fool that he was always too stupid to realise that he was, up until now. So I declare victory over Pastor Daniel. Anything that he says from here on in it's just got no weight behind it. I keep moving on and keep making my videos. This guy here, he's done. His congregation reduced to rubble, right? His reputation reduced to dirt. Right, I won. It's as simple as that. And I'll just zoom in as one last reminder of the dupes that are up here on YouTube that allowed this crazy-eyed Neffy to laugh on them as anything other than a complete and total joke.